command to stop barking. Ivy went silent, as if operated by a switch. Putting back her enormous ears, she retreated under the coffee table and rested her tiny white head between her diminutive white paws. Tugging at his lavender button-down shirt to straighten it, Norbert opened the door. Before him, in the unseasonably sweltering heat, he saw 3 slightly damp artists. He knew them all. Women he saw almost every day at the Gibbons Corner Art League and Gallery, but he had never seen any of them on his doorstep before. All 3 of them were his age or older. They were known in town as Carlottas Club and had been friends with each other for decades. Their leader, Carlotta, was always running something, and at present she ran the Art League. Norbert, on moving to Gibbons Corner, had begun classes there, and he had even become a member, attending faithfully, hoping to find some structure for his days and possibly discover a hidden talent. He had even wondered if he might make new friends. He hadn't really expected to make friends, though. He had never made them before. Blinking into the bright morning, Norbert regarded the women who had come inexplicably to his door. One was tiny and gave off a sparkly feeling. Her eyes were very blue. Margaret Birch. Bertie Walsh was the one with reddish hair and freckles. She always wore flowy hippie clothes and had a permanently far-off expression in her eyes. And the leader of the trio was the intensely smiling Carlotta Moon, slim, stylish, and white-haired, with eyebrows thinly drawn.
"Good morning, Norbert," chorused the club.
"Why are you here?" is what Norbert wanted to ask, but didn't. At the Art League, as everywhere else, Norbert felt invisible. He tried to be noticed by being thoughtful, but perhaps he wasn't very good at it. The only thing he could think to do was bring fresh kolachkis every day from Gloria's bakery and offer them to everyone. These special Polish pastries, covered in powdered sugar and containing a fruit filling, were irresistible and caused the takers to glance up at him and say, "Thanks," as they passed. He used them as a conversation piece with gallery customers and Art League members, instructing them in the pronunciation of the delicacy. "Kolachkis," he would say slowly. But people really only wanted to eat kolachkis and not learn hard Polish words. On his doorstep, Bertie and Margaret exchanged glances. Carlotta tilted her head at Norbert.
"Were you going to invite us in, Norbert, or just smile at us?"
Norbert had a habit of smiling in all situations, but especially when nervous. It was a very inconvenient habit to have at funerals. Funerals made him very nervous. Norbert, pinkening, said,
"What a nice surprise. Come right in. Please. Welcome."
But they were already coming in, and as people usually did, talking over him.
"Oh,"
sighed Margaret, the short, sparkly one.
"We walked from Carlotta's house. It seems like we're getting the dog days in May now. 80 degrees. This has to be a record. It will be refreshing to get out of this awful heat."
She broke off when she saw the open windows and then Norbert's damp forehead. It was a few degrees warmer inside the little 1920s-style bungalow than it was outside. Norbert's Social Security check did not stretch to cover luxuries such as air conditioning, so he went without. Usually not a problem in upstate New York, except for this unusually hot day. Norbert bustled about, offering cold water to his guests and asking them to sit down, please, and make themselves at home. He said a few more times that this was a nice surprise, hoping that it would be. The ladies brought in the vaguely flowery fragrances of powder and perfume. That was nice. Ivy ventured out of hiding when Norbert sat down at last, and he set her in her basket by the window, hoping she would feel a breeze from Lake Ontario. From her safe perch, she turned her head from one intruder to the next, growling softly. Norbert had already introduced her to them all, as he brought her to the Art League each time he went. She even had her own basket to sleep in at the Art League, and everyone stopped by to tell her she was a lovely dog and to pat her apple-shaped head. It was quite a different feeling, however, for both Norbert and Ivy to see these people in their home. After courtesies and